Hey you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to do a cut crease on hooded eyes. The first step, I'm going to spray her face with the Badescu. I don't know if I say that right, so you catch my drift. Next, we're going to go in with some Mercier powder. I think it's Laura Mercier powder. I don't know. We're just gonna set her brows just because they do get oily underneath. So I don't want to draw on her eyebrows. And they're like oily, so I just like to set them before I just start to fill them in. I just draw a line on the top and bottom just because it's going to leave me a more natural look. And it's okay if the line is like really thick because it's just gonna fade away as we just continue to move on from the eyebrows. Okay, so once that is done, we're going to go in with some concealer. A little trick that I've learned over the years as me being a makeup artist, I noticed that once you start getting really close to the hairs is when you start to get a choppy line. And you want your eyebrows to be really crispy, sharp. So for me, I like to stay up underneath where I drew the line at and just basically keep their natural brows, but also keep that sharp line, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna do the same to the other brow. And yeah, you guys, like, it took me forever to do this voiceover because I kept laughing because I thought it was so funny just talking into a microphone. And like while I'm watching me do this, I don't know why I thought it was funny, but yeah. So okay, so now me personally, I like round eyebrows. I feel like boxed eyebrows were like so 2014. So I like to make a round eyebrow. I like to think of a rainbow as I'm doing this. And just basically just round them off. I know everyone has different shapes and styles of eyebrows, but I'm going to make my client's eyebrows round as possible, if that makes sense. So that's just a note, you know, take it or leave it. Okay, so once we have everything blended out, I like to go in with the Laura Mercier powder. Again, just to make sure everything is like going to stay in place. Next, we're just going to start on her eyeshadow once we set the brows. And we're going to go in with my Huda Beauty palette on Rose Gold, I'm going to say. I'm going to have everything listed below, so no worries. You can just click the description and just get all the products that I use during this client. Okay, so on eyeshadow, I like to start off with a light brown, light orange, on like a neutral cut crease, and that's what I'm using. I like to start at the end corner and work my way up into her beginning of the brow, if that makes sense. I like to also go into the brow just because it's going to make her highlight of her brow pop more, which that I leave blank, that you will see later on in this tutorial that I'm doing. I don't know why, but I think this is so hilarious. Like, I really want to just start busting out laughing again. Okay, second, we're going to go in with, I believe I used the shade Cocoa, if I'm not mistaken. Cocoa is like my baby. Like, that's my favorite color in the palette. And we're just going to just blend that under, like, basically go up underneath the first shadow that you use and not take it up too high. Okay, so I like to go in circular motions when I'm doing this, or sometimes like a little swipe. It depends on what area I'm in. I'm not a heavy-handed person. Like, when you're doing eyeshadow, you have to basically hold the brush like at the end or in the middle, so you won't be so harsh when you put on the eyeshadow, because when you're just really harsh with the eyeshadow, then it's just, you're blending for so long and it's just so unnecessary. Now this palette, y'all see I've done Winter War with. I really love this brown. I think this is the Jaclyn Hills Vault collection, if I'm not mistaken. I have all 4 palettes, so yeah. We're just gonna go in with a darker color just because this is going to make our cut crease pop more. And you know, we love a little pop. Ain't that right, my ladies? Okay, let me shut up. Okay, so once we got that done, we're going to use a really, really light shade of concealer and make a half rainbow. Ladies, she has hooded eyes, and like basically you're just going to skip over her natural crease, okay? And what I mean by this is, I didn't do it on here just because I've learned the technique and I have it like down packed. But when you're doing like someone who has like a small crease or like hooded eyes, when you're doing the cut crease, you're going to start off small and basically have them look up, like all the way up at the ceiling. And if the concealer works its way up, then that means you have to go up on the cut crease, if you get what I'm saying. Now, I teach everyone this technique when they come to my, 101s or whatever. And this is a really good technique because you have so many different eye shapes and, just so many different with like different things going on with their eyes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's eye is not going to be the same. So you have to think about that. So this is just something I picked up over the years and I've learned. I taught myself. I love doing cut creases. And honestly, when people have like hooded eyes or like a small crease or whatever, cut creases are perfect for them because it's going to make their eye shape look completely different. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I'm almost done with her face. Alright, so when you're doing a cut crease, you want to make sure everything is blended out before you start applying eyeshadow. I don't remember, I think this is the LA Girl palette, Hot Heat, I want to say. I got this at Ulta for like $4, but yeah, I love the colors that was in it, so I just went ahead and bought it. But we're just going to basically just tap the eyeshadow onto her lid. We're not going to like do any swiping motions. We're just gonna collect the eyeshadow and just pat onto her eyes. Okay, so since we're doing a half cut crease and not a full, we're just going to basically use the same colors that we started off with. So we're going to go in with, I think I went in with Cocoa if I'm not mistaken, and just blend that out. And then we're also going to take the Jaclyn Hills palette again and use that brown just to make sure that line and everything is like blended basically. Kind of like a ombre because it's going from light to like dark, if you feel me. Okay, and as you can see, I'm doing that now. Okay, so we're almost done with the eye. I'm gonna go in with my MAC eyeliner. This is a 2-in-1 eyeliner. Like I said, it's gonna be listed below because I really don't remember the name. But when I'm doing eyeliner, I like to start in the middle and then go into the inner corner and then go to the outer, if that makes sense. I like to start small just because you never want to draw eyeliner really big first and then it's just like, dang, I should have, you know, went smaller. So always just start small when you're doing eyeliner. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some eyelashes. These are 3D minks that I sell and I also use on every single one of my clients just because I like the way they look on my clients. Like, you know how you can just buy cheap lashes and then you put it on a client, then it's just like, okay. It's cool when you first start off, but as you get like more advanced and you start to like certain things a certain way, and I just like the way mink lashes look on my clients. So I use them on every single one unless someone comes in with like extensions or whatever. So yeah. I also like to go in with the glue first, let that dry, and then also apply the glue onto the lash. So it's already going to be tacky on the eyeliner, and then once I put it on the eyelash, basically, it's going to be moist, but then I also like to let it dry, and then they're both tacky, so it makes it stick way faster, and that's that. So yeah. Okay, so once we're done putting the primer on, we're gonna go in with NARS foundation. When you're doing foundation, you want to look at foundation as a skin tone evener, just because you have some clients that aren't the same color or like all over their face. So basically, you just want to you look at foundation as skin tone evener. Um, I like to mix for some reason. I'm a mixer. I don't know where I picked this habit up from, but for some reason I'm constantly mixing for no reason. And I also, as you can see, I went in with a lighter shade of foundation in her highlight area, just because it's going to make it easier for me to highlight and not just use like a really light color or go back in with a really light color. So yeah. Okay, so once the foundation is on, we're going to go in with concealer and just basically make a triangle. So now we're into shapes. So we're going to do that on both sides of her face, and then we're going to do some on the chin and then a line up the nose. And also, I know you're probably like, why didn't she do her forehead and make a little tree? That's not my thing. I'm not real big on putting highlight on the forehead, just because when you go back in with a darker color, it already highlights itself from the foundation, okay? That's just unnecessary, and you don't want to be like, boom, forehead highlight. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so now we're just gonna go in with a blending brush. I don't like to use beauty blenders just because I clean my brushes after every client, and a beauty blender is really hard to clean. And then you would like, basically, me personally, if I bought beauty blenders, I would use one beauty blender on one client and throw it away, and then get another beauty blender, and that's just a waste of money. So I like to blend out with a brush and basically just press it into the skin. So now we're back to the Laura Mercier powder, and basically we're just gonna set that into the skin and just press. I'm not a baker because baking is so unnecessary, and plus you don't want anything to cause flashback. You don't want to be in the club, my girl, and boom, somebody take a picture of you and you ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the vibe. So I like to press the powder into her skin. Okay, so once we got that part done, like working underneath the eye, I like to go ahead and just finish out the eye before I start contouring. And white eyeliner is like, I don't even know where I was going with that. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and just finish out the eye and then contour. Y'all, so I'm over here watching this video, right? I most definitely need to get my nails done. Oh my god. That looks so terrible. Oh my Jesus. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit in Deep. I only cream contour the nose, just because I'm not a real big fan of like cream contouring on the cheeks, because it can be like harsh and too much blending, and you have to go back over it with powder anyway, so you might as well just do powder. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So it's like extra steps for no reason. So we're gonna go in with the Black Radiance True Complexion powder contour kit, if I'm not mistaken, and basically just go in with a mini blush brush and just basically just apply it. I like to start from the hairline and never the ear, just because you don't want to see that harsh discoloration from the ear, and you got this harsh line of contour that's darker from your ear. It just doesn't make any sense. So I like to start from the hairline and work my way up. Not up, down, duh, Jordan. Anyways, yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all catch my drift. All right. Okay, so now that you see me blending the nose contour out, I'm just going to bring it down into her face just a little bit and remove the harsh line, because you don't want a harsh line there. And next, you're going to see me take the same blending brush that I was using to blend out her concealer, and basically just blend out everything on the nose, because you don't want that harsh, just dark stuff going on the nose, and you don't want a harsh line either. So I'm just going to go back over and just blend that away, kind of. And as you can see, she has a pretty snatched nose to me. And now we're just going to go back over with powder, just because we did use cream, so you just want to make sure you apply powder on top of the cream, like I said. So yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with blush. I am a blush fan just because it makes you look alive, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just brings the face like all together. Like, it's so many steps to makeup, but then it's like steps that are necessary and that you need. And I feel like a person needs blush. It doesn't have to be bright. It doesn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can just be a little bit, like, but you need it. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to go in with highlight, and I'm just going to swipe that kind of on top of her contour and her blush, and do a little butt on her nose. And I also like to take a smaller thin brush and just wipe some on the contour of her nose along that line there, and you'll see me that I'm doing that now. So yeah, and once we got that part done, y'all, listen, we is almost done. This is when you start doing a happy dance, especially when it's like your last client, your 11th client of the day, or 12th, and you like, yes, I'm done. You wipe that little foundation off her lips, you know what I'm saying? Then you apply that lip, spray the face, you done. It's a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was worth the hour of getting beat. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so you thought we was almost done, but no, we is almost done though. So now we're just gonna take some ColourPop brow gel, just because she had curly eyebrows. What am I saying? She had curly eyebrows, and you just want them to stay in place. Like, I only use this on people who have like eyebrows that are like all over the place. So yeah. Now this is just me being extra. I like to add fake hair strokes in the beginning of the brow, and I'm going to zoom in and show you, because for some reason I love doing this stuff. Like, the fake hair strokes in the beginning of the brow, instead of it being like a shade and then to dark, the fake hair strokes make it look more real and more just like, ooh, girl, your eyebrows is thick. Like, oh, what is you doing? Like, how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? But it's just fake, you know what I'm saying? But that's a little too close, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna wipe some away. But you get the drift. Like, you catch my drift, all right? And this face is beat to the gods, all right? Beat to the gods. Okay, y'all. So this is my favorite lip combination. This is called Chestnut Liner and Honey Love from MAC. This is like the best combination, like the best duo ever. Like if someone just be like, girl, I don't know what type of look this I go with, or I don't know what kind of lip I want to do, I'm gonna look at them and be like, okay, well, I know, and I'm gonna give you Chestnut Liner. Like, it's so bomb. It goes like pretty much with anything. Like, not anything, but it go with anything. Like, basically, it's fire. Okay, you guys. So now I'm just gonna just go ahead and just make sure everything is blended and perfect, basically. And I'm gonna spray her face. And I just want to thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and I hope you just subscribe, like, comment, turn on the notifications, and thank you so much for watching this tutorial.